just something that's very touching to me. You know, just about every day I open up my emails and there are people that are making donations to help me do this. And, you know, whoever you are, I don't mention names, and if people can't afford it, it's just perfectly fine. But I just can tell you, it goes right into my heart. And I'm very grateful that people think about that, you know, that they can say, somehow say thank you for the classes, and not just, 1 second, more people coming. And, you know, not just kind of lip service gratitude. I don't know what's going on here, but we'll get rid of this. Anyway, and I just want you to know that those donations you all make are really appreciated. And it keeps me out of trouble. You know, I can pay my bills, I can take care of things. And it's something that I feel that is, you know, the way people just saying thank you. You know, I don't ask for much. You know, $5 a class is ridiculous. These classes are priceless, you know. But, you know, and I think that that in itself, when people make those donations, it's very touching for me, you know, to see people from all over the world saying thank you. So God bless you all. Thank you. And you do that. It helps me to, you know, to really keep this situation going. Um, okay, we'll have a meditation, and then after the class, if anyone has a question, I'll be happy to answer it. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Hi, this is Yuma. So difficult to open eyes to meditate for almost hours. I get so sleepy. Just how to avoid for sleepiness. So
You
sleepy.
know, Atsuko, I talk about that a lot. We're sleepy, you know?
You're so sleepy.
Yeah, I know. And other people feel the same thing. But
Ah,
I always tell people that on the other side of that sleepiness is
hmm.
always a major spiritual opening. And
Oh,
the sleepiness is just resistance
hmm,
to allowing the energy to work deeply inside you.
hmm,
And when you have that experience, then you have to just use your will. You have to go a little deeper, ask more, and, you know, bring the tiredness into the hara, turn it into chi, and it'll give you energy to open on a much deeper level inside yourself.
hmm.
Because I used to have that. I don't have it a lot. Even today, I get a little bit, but I learned what to do with it, and I've learned that it's always major resistance to. And as I always say, you know, if I scream fire, we're all sitting in a room, and you're half asleep, and I scream fire, you'd have plenty of energy to get up and run out of the room. You
Hmm,
know, it just depends upon the motivation.
hmm.
And this meditation will take you to exactly what your inner state is. And many of us are very tired inside.
Hmm.
But we have to learn how to transform that tiredness into chi.
Wow.
And when you learn how to do that by bringing it into the hara, you understand, it opens up a whole world of spirit of experiences on the other side of
Wow.
that. Because
Chi,
I've learned that it's, you
chi
know,
means what is that? Chi, hara, I know hara, but chi means what?
chi is energy,
Oh, energy. Ah.
and it's energy that's located in the hara.
Oh.
And that's the real power in a human being.
Oh.
It's the real power. That's the real strength in a human being.
Mm.
And when you can transform your tiredness and all your other things into chi, it begins to make it possible for you to have a spiritual life, very
Mm.
profound inner life.
Oh.
And then you learn how to get past tiredness.
Oh. Mm.
I mean, you know, there are times, you know, I always talk about, you know, there were times I was working on a book And I was dead tired, and I would spend 12 hours a day working on that book.
Mhm.
And I was tired, I mean, but it had meaning to me. I wanted to do it. I wanted to get it finished. I wanted to create something that really was an expression of spirituality in my inner life. It inspired me to get past my tiredness. This meditation inspires me to get past my tiredness. Today I've worked with probably close to 60 people in
Wow.
meditation classes. It's a lot of people, but I have to get past the tiredness in order to make these classes work. And also as a way of discovering how you can get very strong inside yourself.
Wow.
Very, very strong, deeply strong. And I don't mean ego strength. I mean
Mhm.
real rootedness, strength inside, the power to accomplish things, to get through cycles, and to make your life work on a very different level than most people make their lives work.
Amazing.
I mean, look, people, I used to know lots of people in the entertainment business, and they work 15 hours a day. What drives them to do it? Money. Money is a big motivator, to
Absolutely.
make people work. Money, having a job, being in a business they want to be in, the requirements of the business. They work 15, 8, sometimes 24 hours a day they work. Where do they get the energy? Well, mostly they get it from excessive tension, but you can get the energy also from transforming it inside yourself into chi, into that power to do these kind of things.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And your coughing, sometimes I wondering, are you sure? Are you okay? Sometimes your cough.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, good, good. I was really worried about
I've
it.
had this cough for 30 years. It
Oh, I see.
comes, it goes. I have a little cold. It's okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you for everyone because I'm new person to I don't know basic thing. Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart, this is Emma. I have a question.
Yes, Emma.
The energy that is transmitted from human to human here, is it possible for the same to occur human with animal?
To have energy transmissions with animals?
Yes.
Yes, it's absolutely possible. I see my daughter with her cat. There's a lot of energy transmission between the two of them. Yes, animals have energy. Animals have chi. Animals have, I don't know if they have, yeah, they might even have chakras, animals. So yes, there's a very real possibility. You're not going to get transmission like this that goes on in these meditations, but there's love that between humans and animals. That's a transmission of energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But don't sit and meditate with your dog, okay? Try to use your dog as a as a transmitter of energy. It doesn't work. Or your cat, or your goldfish, or whatever. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I was going to ask, could you speak just a little bit to the difference between the energy that comes from the excessive tension in contrast to the energy that comes from chi? Like you were just briefly touched on that.
Energy of tension is negative energy. And it's energy that many people run their lives on. It's energy of, understand that we have chi, and very often life sucks that energy out of us. That chi, that juiciness, that shakti, that energy that people children, you look at infants, they have all this energy, this chi, and it's wonderful and it's delicious and you can hug them and love them. People use it up. They don't replace it. They don't come to meditation classes like this. They don't realize they need to re-nourish themselves. So what happens is, they run their lives on tension. Tension consumes them, it eats them up. So it's a whole different thing. I mean, I remember I was sitting with Rudy once and somebody asked him, why do you wear orange all the time? So he said, well, orange is the color of surrender. Well, what are you surrendering? And he said, tension. And our work is about the transformation of tension into chi. Tension kills us. Chi gives us life. But when you use this work properly, you can draw all of your tension into the chakra below the navel. And it becomes chi. You use your need, your will, your breath, your mind. That's what the exercise is for. And the tension really, instead of eating us up, and consuming us, it transforms itself into chi. And it's one of the great ways I learned from Rudy of how to get free of Stuart. How to get free of all that tension that used to drive me crazy when I was younger. And never enabled me to deal with life in a quiet, simple, clear, conscious way. So the work is about transforming tension into energy that's a positive energy. And, and I'm not talking of having read about this in a book. This is something I have spent my life doing. And it's something that basically has saved my life over and over again. So, there's tension, which is energy out of control, energy with no discipline. It's, the battle of dragons inside us, the polarity of things in conflict with each other, insecurity, anxiety, neurosis, all of these other psychological terminalities that creates huge tension inside, the emotional tension. So you build a chakra system that allows you to transform all of that into something that gives you life. Rudy always talked about tension being like compost, And in order to have an organic garden, you need compost, you need garbage. Tension is human garbage. But when used properly, it becomes compost, and what's killing you can give you life.
Thank you. That's awesome.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? In order to do the spiritual, we have to get the human together. Human beings have a spiritual life. So the meditation is about fixing ourselves inside to where we function here on the earth on the highest levels of what it means to be a human being. And what is that? Compassion, love, forgiveness, all these words that we always read about in sacred books. That's what it is. But it's not just reading about it, it's really using this meditation practice to develop a chakra system that enables it to become experiential. We become it instead of just thinking about it and knowing about it. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, well, listen, tomorrow I'm not going to be able to teach. I have something I have to do. I have to go see this doctor and have this treatment, and that's, it will be tomorrow. So the next class will be on Wednesday. And I hope, to see you all then, and God bless you all. And I just always say it, I'm very humbled by the fact that so many people turn up for these classes. You know, so bless you, and I hope you will take everything, all the Shakti, take it home, allow it to become part of your life. And hopefully I'll see everybody on Wednesday. Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.